Hello, this is Kyle with Heritage Home Inspections. We're doing a sample report on a sewer line so you can see what our sewer lines look like today. So far we have dropped in at the top of the line here, right at the cleanout just outside the house. And it's ABS coming out of the house, and it's continuing on to be ABS down the line here just a little bit. This house is relatively new. It was built in 2007. And you can see, even with just some use, there is a little bit of buildup here in the bottom of the line, but we're not worried about that. It should clean itself out over time, and if necessary, we'll do some maintenance on it down the road if needed. So anyways, we're going to start at 0 feet, and we're just going to push our camera out, and we'll see what we find on this line. About 3 feet out, we're going to take a slight left, and it's also going to be sloping down here, which is a good sign. So again, a little bit of build up. You can see a little bit there is on the sides. Again, we're not worried about that from an inspection standpoint. But we are looking for signs on the line for major defects. So we're looking for things like roots, if the line is crushed, or other things of that nature that would be something that we would want to repair. So we're now at 5.5 feet. We're going to take a slight right, and we're also going to level out here just a little bit. Alright, so here's a great thing that we would like to call out. So this is a connection in between two different types of pipe. So this is going from ABS about 6.5 feet out from the house, and typically around this point is when we see transitions to your underground piping. In this case, it's white PVC, and the joint is offset a little bit. It's not too much of a concern, seeing as how there's not a clog here. But if something large was to come down the pipe, it could potentially grab onto this ledge right here. So it's something that I would watch for future use. I know at one point in time this line was clogged. So this could have been the source of the issue right here, where we see this pipe coming out. And it also looks like this area has a failed seal. So you can see that there's roots coming in around the seal. That is something that we would recommend gets repaired. You definitely don't want to be leaking sewer water out into just an open ground source of water, because it can travel into other areas. So this is something that we would recommend a repair on. But as far as functionality of the line appears to still be functional. You can see a little bit of water still flowing through there, but we would recommend a repair. So let's go on just a little further here. Again, you can see buildup around the sides, but typically that's not too much of a concern. If there was a clog, we would just recommend that you bring in a plumber to jet the line and just clear out any debris and flush it down. You see a little bit of buildup here around the camera. That's just from us pushing along, so we'll try to push past that here real quick. Alright, so let's see if we can just get around this here. There we go, got past it. So yeah, again, there's some water built up in the bottom of the line, but I don't see any obstructions that would cause a clog or anything of that nature. pushing here. And then you can also see in the seams where two ends of the pipes meet up together. It's fairly common to see those every so often. Unless there's a major issue like a root coming through, we're not really concerned about it. Sorry about the little bit of fuzziness on the screen. That's where a little bit of water collected on the camera. That's not uncommon for the sewer cameras to collect water. But we'll do a return where we turn on the water and then we'll pull the camera back. So this right here is a concern. This looks like a clog of some kind. You can definitely see a lot of debris. There's roots coming through, so this is probably an area where the pipe is actually crushed, and this should be repaired. So this is about 36 feet out. This is definitely something you don't want to encounter in a line when you're purchasing a home. So this is exactly why we recommend sewer scopes on every single home. Even new construction. New construction, it's not uncommon for us to find a crushed pipe because somebody runs a heavy truck over the line in fresh soil, and it happens. So, but like I said, this home is relatively new, built in 2007. Most of the time these lines are pretty good and well functioning, but as you can see, even this home has a major problem here. And you can see a little bit of water coming past. So we'll see if it's we push into it. It feels pretty soft, so it's probably a lot of debris has just collected on some roots right here. But we'll go ahead and push past this and see if we can't get down to the city main. Again, this is another offset joint, but with this offset I don't see any roots coming through. It's just there is some buildup around the sides, and this is probably caused by sedimentation in the soil where the line is actually moving over time. Which is not an uncommon occurrence, especially here in Oregon with our wet soils. There's always settlement in every single line. It's just how much settlement determines if it becomes a problem or not. We got some more buildup. Here's another failed seal where there's another, you can see it looks like a worm off to the side there, so there's definitely some repairs on this line that need to happen. Where the water is seeping out into the soil. We're at 70 feet here. Now this is a little interesting. So there's some groundwater here that's pressurized around the pipe, and there's a failed seal around the pipe to where the water is actually pushing into the pipe. And as you can see, it's draining on down there. Then this is also another area where we've got a crack in the pipe, and as you can obviously see that there's water coming in here. And then this is the tie-in into the main city line. So at 83 feet, we're tying into the city, and things are draining out past that. So we're well within the street. We recommend that everybody checks with their local jurisdiction on who owns the line, and at one point ownership transfers over. Some cities, you're responsible for everything up to the street, and the city will take it past that. Other jurisdictions, you're responsible for everything up to the city main. And so just check with your local jurisdiction. There's a lot more cost when you actually move into the street. So just, it's something to be aware of, and if you need help, talk to your agent. But we're going to go ahead and end the push out here. We're going to stop this video, and we'll take another video on the way back once we've turned the water on inside the house, and we'll see how the water is actually flowing through this line. So we'll be right back. Thank you very much.